So I love this idea that these couples are getting just like an elevated, like high quality design experience.
All right, on today's show, I have some really exciting guests. We are actually partnering with these ladies to do a pop-up event, actually 3 dates in the fall. So we have 2 in October and 1 in November. And I wanted to jump on and just kind of teach all of you, educate on what a pop-up is and kind of all the cool things that we're going to be doing with these ladies for our pop-ups with Cactus Collective on these special and unique dates. So I guess let's just start by introducing ourselves. My name is McKenzi Taylor. I'm with Cactus Collective Weddings. And Rachel, do you want to go next?
Yep, I'm Rachel Agan. I'm with Cactus Collective Weddings, and I do community partnerships.
Cool. And Jessica?
Hi, I'm Jessica Ruddy with Modern Vintage Rentals, and we do specialty rentals.
Okay. And Sarah?
Hi, I'm Sara Lunn, and I'm with Cultivate Floral, and we do special event floral.
Nice. Okay. Thank you, guys. So let's actually just talk about what is a pop-up or what is a pop-up wedding. And I think that there's probably tons of definitions out there about what it is, what pop-ups are in general. But for us, a pop-up is a wedding event where we're going to plan multiple events in the same day. They're going to be at certain times throughout the day, but we're going to be able to provide much more luxurious elements for that day because we are doing, I guess, a little bit of volume. So we're going to be stacking the weddings back to back, but they'll be ending in a beautiful and organic way. Nobody's meant to feel rushed by any means, but what this really does is it provides couples with an opportunity to get some unique floral design that would be maybe a bit more costly and some decor and beautiful setups that also, would be a little bit more if you did it on your own per event. Actually, Rachel, could you explain it more? You sometimes maybe have a better way of explaining it, but that's my take on it. Let me hear Rachel's.
Yeah, I think the purpose is that the 3 dates we've chosen are sought after dates that are not available at most venues. So the point is to be able to come in on 11/11 or 10/22, have that coveted date and have it a one-stop shop. So everything included from florals, rentals, photographer, minister, an on-site host to help you plan from start to finish, all wrapped up into one package on one date.
Yeah. And what's unique about these in particular for Cactus Collective is we don't necessarily always get to partner with these amazing other vendors. And they're really bringing a much more elevated experience to the weddings because we don't normally get to have such lush and luxe arbor setups and sort of designed themes that Sarah's going to provide. And then also a lot of the intimate details that Jessica's company will provide, we don't normally have either. We're going to have a little mini reception plus a lounge seating area. Can you talk about that a little bit, Jessica?
Sure. So I think what we've designed and styled for this pop-up are a couple different vignettes is what we refer to them as. So you'll have a little micro lounge, which is an intimate space for the bride and groom to kind of capture some photos in. We also have a little champagne cart or a champagne cake station. So again, basically creating these little vignettes for photo opportunities. And again, yes, the value is definitely there. You're getting the opportunity to have this extra decor and extra florals at a fraction of the cost.
Right. Yeah. And Sarah, let's actually talk about kind of some of the things that you'll be doing.
Yeah, first of all, I'm super excited to be a part of this. I think it's going to be so much fun. And what's great is that I feel like we all know that 2022 and 2023, especially after the pandemic, has been absolutely insane. I mean, more people are getting married than ever, and which is awesome. But also, like, our calendars are filling up. So for me, my 2022 calendar is pretty much full. And what's great is that, like, normally I would have to, maybe pick what either first come first serve when it comes to my couples, or maybe whatever fits best. But what's great about this is that we're getting these like 3. We all came together and we were like, what's the 3 best looks for 2022. So that's super cool. Like we get to just create, the best of the best for all these couples. And so I'm excited to be able to work with so many like amazing deserving couples that I wouldn't be able to normally work with just because, I can only do one wedding a day. So I love this idea that these couples are getting just like an elevated, like high quality design experience that feels completely bespoke, but at the same time, you're getting like such a great value and you're sharing your wedding day, but it's like, you would never know because you just get this personalized experience, which is super cool. We have 3 dates and we kind of went off of a lot of Jessica's like amazing pieces with our inspiration. And so we have a completely classic white and greenery palette for one day. And then we have more of a autumn kind of inspired look for a little bit later in October. And then the third look we have is going to be the more like deserty neutral look. So we've got 3 completely different looks. And I mean, you're getting like this, at least like, almost $3,000 like floral package, but you're getting it for that all-inclusive price of 4. So I'm so excited about it. I think it's going to be amazing.
I love what you said about, as a floral designer, you pretty much only do one wedding a day. And this gives an opportunity to help couples, and you're going to be able to help so many more in a day. I think that was like really, I was like, oh, that's so nice. Yeah, true though, right?
Like right now, I feel like so honored to be a part of these couples' stories because I feel like so many people have had to postpone their weddings a million times. They've had just like the stress of maybe their big wedding. And then now they're like, you know what, let's just keep it simple. Mm-hmm. Let's go to Vegas. Let's get married. But they're getting to have this like incredible, like I said, just luxurious, more experience, but like no hassle. I mean, what a dream for a bride. I mean, speaking as a past bride, I'm like, God, I wish this was here when I was getting married,
Right. So. Right. And actually, you kind of made me think that the reason actually that we decided to do this is because we were in a position where we were actually turning down so many couples for these particular dates because our permit was, for certain locations, we couldn't take any more, or other venues were actually full. And so we went ahead because we were getting so many people interested and we were having to say, that venue is not available or whatnot. That's one of the big reasons that we actually put together these 3 dates. So kind of letting people know that you can still get married in 2022 and you can still get married on these like pretty coveted dates in Las Vegas in the fall. So,
and with no stress.
And with no stress.
Planning's already done. And you get a super highly detailed elopement package for a fraction of the price.
Yeah, I mean, it's super cool. I'm excited about it too. And in the past, we've done this a couple of times with Cactus Collective for Valentine's Day. And our couples always walked away with, great experiences, great memories, and it felt very organic. So we can actually talk a little bit about kind of the process and the flow of how these things or how these pop-ups actually work. Rachel, do you want to talk about it or should I talk about it?
I think you should talk about it.
Okay. Okay. I just feel like I'm talking so much.
Yeah, no. It's love to hear you talk.
So what will happen is the design team that you see here will actually show up and they will set up all of the decor and items. Right. I don't use the best words when I'm describing your things, Jessica, mostly your boutique bespoke items. They'll make the magic happen. And so all you have to do is arrive, get married, and then you have a photographer and a minister that are also included in the package. So you literally, like these ladies have said, do not have to do anything. But what will happen is the packages are an hour. And so you'll arrive, you'll have a meeting with your minister, you'll proceed to your ceremony area, which we can accommodate up to 12 at this point, that will have seating. And we've also allowed, you can have guests for an additional fee per person, but we'll have seating for up to 12 people at your design ceremony location. Your ceremony is roughly 10 to 15 minutes, and then you'll be able to walk around to some of the other sets that we've discovered or decided on, like a mini reception champagne area and the micro lounge. That's what you call it, Jessica?
Yes.
And so these are going to be photo shoot opportunities for you that are super unique. Jessica has kind of curated this beautiful list of furniture and items. I guess I got to get a different word for it. So basically, you'll kind of move naturally and organically to these different sets, and it will flow very nicely. You won't necessarily be running into people. This isn't like we're scheduling people running into each other by any means, but we do want it to flow very nicely. And I think it'll be a really organic, beautiful experience for our couples. And you'll have a photographer the whole time. That's the other thing. I mean, we specialize in photography, and so that's my passion. So that's one area that we also always include. So.
And McKenzi, something we didn't mention was the location. They are at the dry lake bed, and it photographs really well. So that's something that I think is a huge perk.
Yep, it's a huge perk, and it does photograph so well. The nice thing about the dry lake bed is it's a really blank slate, so you can really create anything you want out there. And I think that's what's one main unique thing about the dry lake bed. Would you guys agree?
Yeah, I think that's a huge attraction. Sorry, Sarah. We've done quite a bit out at the dry lake bed, and surprisingly, it's still to this day remains a highly sought after location. Mm-hmm. So we're super excited to be on board for this. And I think there's something so beautiful. Like you said, McKenzi, it's a blank slate as it is. So capturing those pictures of the bride and groom just out in the natural desert landscape is one thing. And then what we find really cool and almost magical when we've been on site in the past at the dry lake bed, this juxtaposition of a piece of furniture in the middle of a dry lake bed with the skies above you and the mountains in the background. There's just something so unique and the way it makes you feel and comes together. And then of course you add flowers and florals into that, which we always, adore the florals because it's like the cherry on top. It's going to be beautiful. All three sets, like you said, were very consciously created. Right. And the pieces for each set were curated for that look. And then just kind of bringing in florals and tying everything together. It really offers these couples an opportunity that they probably wouldn't have otherwise.
Yeah, I think that's so well said. Thank you. You want to run this podcast? You do. So is there anything else that you guys think we could elaborate on about the pop-up? We can talk about the dates. That might be good. So we have October 1st, October 22nd, and November 11th. Like
11/11. That's huge.
11/11, I feel like is going to be gangbuster because it's still far enough away and it's still such a sought after date. It's so unique. So
yeah, and that's our like more dried, neutrally, almost boho, but not like kind of like a classic look still. You know what I mean? Like you're getting that look. So, yeah. The only thing I would say is like, I mean, this sounds so cliche, but it's like book your date fast because I feel like all these dates right now, I don't know anyone who has them available when it comes to like the top florists in town.
Right.
So it's definitely really exciting that, how many people are going to be each day? How many couples get to get married on each date?
Well, I mean, honestly, good question. What we could do, basically, we have a permit for the spot from sunrise to sunset. We have lots of opportunity for people to get married on each of these days, and we will be booking people from sunset backwards. So it is really important if, basically it's first come, first serve on time. So we will automatically go from sunset towards, midday. So that is one other reason, as Sarah kind of mentioned, like book soon. So you get that, slot.
Yeah, get that golden hour slot. That's limited for sure. But.
Yep. Anything else you'd like to add, Jessica?
I don't think so. I think you guys have, captured the essence of what this pop-up is. Sarah, you kind of mentioned the third theme leans a little boho. We like to call it boho chic, but definitely more just from a neutral standpoint. Mm-hmm. And I think we were, just for all the listeners out there, all of us involved, we're very conscious of who could potentially get married during this pop-up. And so while each theme or each date has its own theme, like Sara mentioned, a white and green, a little bit more of an autumn moody palette, and then the desert palette. They're still going to attract the majority of people. We kept it very, neutral in a way to attract everybody to each date. So.
Right. Totally. Yeah. Anything else, Rachel?
I was going to say something similar that, even if you look at one of them and it's not your thing, they're still so neutral that there are things that can be done and personalized within it to make it your own, whether it's your dress or the things that you bring along. And then I also think it's important to know where to find everybody on here.
Yes.
You want to be able to go see the floral, see the rental company, and then, of course, Cactus Collective.
Yeah. So why don't we go over our, where's the best place to find everyone? So let's start with Sara. What's your website and Instagram? How do you want people to?
Yeah. So right now, it's so funny. Right now I'm in the middle of a rebrand. So I'm changing from Cultivate Floral Design, which is currently what my Instagram is. It's at Cultivate Floral Design, to just my name. So it's going to be Sara Lunn. So if you search either of those, it'll probably come up on both Instagram and my website. But right now, it's Cultivate Floral Design on Instagram. And then you can go to saralunn.com or cultivategoods.com to find my work.
Cool. Okay. And then Jessica?
So I'm sure you could probably easily find us on Cactus Collective's website, right?
Yeah.
It's always a good starting spot. But our Instagram handle is Modern Vintage Rentals LV. I know it's a mouthful, but we like to tell you exactly what we do in our name of our game. So, and our website, modern-vintagerentals.com.
Nice. Okay. And Rachel, do you want to give us ours?
Yep. So Instagram is going to Cactus Collective Weddings, and the website is cactus-collective.com.
Yep. And you can actually find these pop-ups. We'll all actually have all these details in the show notes as well as some inspiration from our shoots and the themes. But you can also find all the details about these specific pop-ups at cactus-collective.com/pop-ups. So easy breezy, 3 coveted dates, beautiful design and decor, and a super elevated wedding experience that I'm honestly honored that these ladies want to partner with us. I'm so thrilled. It's not every day that we get to partner with them. So I'm excited about all the collaboration that we're going to do with these pop-ups.
I'm excited too.
Yay!
All right. Thank you, ladies.